What's up? It's your boy Big G coming at you again with yet another video about my adventures about being a Rikers Island correction officer that became an inmate. So, I'm going to get right to it. When you're a CO, right, they always tell you in the academy, you're going to run into people you know in prison. If you lived in the area, took the test, became a correction officer, a lot of the inmates are people who are being arrested in your neighborhood or where you used to live at or where you grew up at or whatever. So one particular time I'm working, you are going to listen. I don't care how cool you are. I don't care how big and strong you are. I don't care how you try to avoid it and stuff like that. You're going to get into an incident with an inmate, whether it's a physical one, whether it's a verbal one, whether it's just somebody mouthing off, hating you because you're a cop, don't even know you. There's people out there that hate law enforcement, just hate the badge. Don't know you, they just know you law enforcement, and we know what law enforcement do, and we know what it stands for. So anybody who's law enforcement, I don't like them. Listen, it takes a lot of energy to do that, but people are like that. So, as usual, I'm a CO. I'm in Rikers Island. Every now and then you form friendships with certain officers, and them two are always cool. They hang out after work, and this crew over here. So it happens just like high school. You got your individuals that hang out with each other. Everybody's supposed to be cool, but you got people who you just more cool with, right? So as usual, we had a bunch of new recruits come in. You know what I'm saying? And then some was females. So as per usual, all of us, and I'm not an OG, but I've been in for a couple of years now, and we see some of them. Some of them are raggedy. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just came from working at McDonald's and now they got this job, or whatever job they had. This is a big improvement. Like for most of us, me too. I'm guilty. You know what I'm saying? This job, the correction officer job improved my circumstances because I was doing security. So now, people get funny when they start making money and start putting other people down. Put it like that. So, because I can hear the females say something about another female. Oh, she'll be all right once the money catch up to her. You know what I'm saying? The McDonald's checks ain't nothing compared to what we make, blah, blah, blah. So now, we sit at the front entrance, right? And as the females come in and stuff, it's kind of like we judge them. They nervous and scared because we all was when we first became recruits and came through the jail. So they nervous and scared. And this is how the male COs, I'm talking about the male COs, how we prey on the innocent young female COs coming into this whole new world. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, being a correction officer is a whole new world. I'm trying to tell you. The partying, the cars, the money, especially if you're not used to it. Boom. So now we see this one female, last name, I'm going to say Officer Tangy. Crazy big bottom. Light skin, or, not, to me, I don't care. Dark skin, light skin, don't make it. She was just fine to me, right? I prefer dark skin. I'm just gonna be honest, right? So, but she was a baddie. So now, me and my man, look, we elbowing one another. People. I'm telling you, this is a real thing. Dudes be placing bets on who gonna smash the female first. That's the way it went when I was in jail. You know what I'm saying? They were placing a bet. Now, you had to place a bet who going to smash her first and what amount of time you going to smash her. And you got to have proof that you're smashing 10. I'm not going to take your word for it. You got to show me something, picture, video, something. Boom. So that was the bets that was going on. So now, I bet him that I'll smash her before he smashed. Bet. $100 bet. So time going on, and this is how you court them. First thing you get to know them. Hey, I'm also anything you need, blah blah blah. This and that. Oh, thank you. No problem. That's the opener. Then you be funny with them. You cracking jokes with them. Then you call in their post. You find out where they working at today. Hey, girl, boy, I'm just going to check on blah blah blah. Or you randomly stop by their post to make sure they're all right. You know what I'm saying? So one day, I stop by a post. No, I'm walking by a post, and I hear her getting into it with an inmate. Now's my chance. I'm telling you, this is what happens. So I hear her getting into it with an inmate. No problem. Crack the gate. So I told her to crack the gate. So the inmate's talking about, yeah, bitch, you average in the street. You ain't this and that. He going ham. He going crazy. So I'm standing there in the officer's pose like this. You know what I'm saying? Letting him run his mouth. Soon as he said those words, and bitch, you can suck my pow. Smacked him right in the face. He landed on the ground. I'm looking at him. I ain't say a word to him the whole time while he's running his mouth. Just smacked him. Bow. All the inmates froze. I looked at him. He looked at me. He got up, holding his face. You know, then he looked at me. Said, I bet. I said, I bet. He left. I looked at her. She's in awe, like what? Because I'm telling you, she's a rookie. So she's in awe about what just happened and everything. But first of all, let me tell you something. The point for me was, once you help the damsel in distress, that enhances your chance of getting the punani. It's like clockwork. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care if she got an engagement ring on, married to a doctor, got 4 kids at home with her man. Once you come to her aid, them legs, listen, female CEOs, don't shoot the messenger. Some of y'all guilty, some of y'all not. So now, I knew now I'm in, you know what I'm saying, with her. But I didn't know what I was in for with him. So now, he comes back, oh yeah. While I'm sitting there talking to her, yeah, all right, you got that one. You got that, blah, blah, blah. I know you, blah, blah, G, blah, 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 Polo Grounds. Ran my whole resume down. Your mans and them, such, I know such, 152nd, I know such, but this, that. So now, he not from my neighborhood, but he know people who know me. So now, that's a little bit of concern for me, but I'm not really worried about it because, like I told you, I'm running through the hood with a badge and a gun. You run up on me, my man, I got some hot ones for you. When the cops come to the situation, they bringing me more hot ones for you. Sit. And that was my attitude because that's the way it was. When you correctional, I got my gun, my personal protection firearm for cats like you who want to roll up and do whatever. Boom. Yeah. So now I'm talking to Shorty, and like clockwork, you know what I'm saying? Time went on, like clockwork. She remember that. So me and her, I end up smashing 10, and I end up winning the bet. My guy, videos and all. You know what I'm saying? She was just one of the ones in there because, every other month or something like that, when they got a graduation class, the routine starts again. We sit right out there in the morning. We wait for them to come. We wait for them to leave. We see how they look in uniform. We see how they look out of uniform. And it's predatory. I'm just keeping it a buck. That's the way it was. So now fast forward. Your boys out. I think I was going out I went to the Shadow Nightclub. At the time, people don't know, New York City, back in the day, it was a Shadow Nightclub. Or, it was like a mixture of crowds and stuff like that from older to younger, but it was popping. It was like big as a gymnasium, and that was the only place they still slowed the music down and let you slow grind and cut the lights down. Old school stuff. So now, boom. I'm in the Shadow Nightclub. Sauced up, I got my curl in my hair. I got a line. Hold on. I got a curl in my Jerry curl in my hair. Line and everything. I got a hot ass turtleneck sweater on with some black leather pants. I wore the same pants. I changed my shirt every time I went to the club, just to let you know. So I'm dancing and I get bumped. No problem. I don't even look. My bad. This and that. So I'm dancing. This and that. Next you know, I get bumped from this side. So, the floor is crowded, so it happens. Pay no attention. Boom. Finished dancing with my shorty. Went to the bar. $2 drinks. Next $2 for the next half hour. $2 Hennessy shots. All that. I'm doing all that. I'm doing my thing. So I get the drinks and everything. So I come in the bar. I get bumped at the bar. So I turned around and I look, right, and I recognize him right off the back. It's the dude that I had that beef with. And he looked at me and said, I told you I was going to see you. So I'm looking at it, and I go like this, and I remember in the Shadow Nightclub, even if you're law enforcement, they don't let you bring that thing in there. They don't let you bring that thing in there, even if you're law enforcement. So I looked at him, and I went like this, right? And he was like, yeah, I told you I was going to see you. I told you I knew such and such. Where's all that energy? So now we're about to get it on inside the nightclub, right? Over a beef that happened in a jail. So I had two of my boys with me. He had a couple of cats with him. No problem. Security came, broke it up, this and that. So I said, you know what? I'm feeling a little woozy. Now I got to be on point. Now I got to be on point. And I don't like being in no club. Yeah, I don't care. I don't know how you do it. You're never going to have a good time. You're going to be dancing, looking around, head on the swivel, because you know now, you definitely know you got a situation. I said, let me get out of here because I had my thing in my whip. So I get out and I leave. My boy, he went to his car, I went to my car. Once I got in my car, boom, put my joint on my lap. I jet. So I thought. I jet, make my way back to the Polo Grounds, going to spend the night at Mom Duke's house. So I get to the Polo Grounds, I get to the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there, I'm talking to a shorty, I'm contemplating, should I go upstairs? It's late, it's like 1, 2 in the morning. Should I go over here to the shorty house? So I said, you know what? I'm going upstairs. So I get out my car, make my way to my building. Now, I don't know if you know how the Polo Grounds structured. They got a school here. There's shortcuts between the schools, kind of dark and whatever, but it's the shortest way to my building, building 4. So as I'm walking, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden, ping, 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 I hear bullets hitting the concrete over my head. I duck down behind a car. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. So I pull myself. Let me tell you something. Full disclaimer. Let me say something to you. When you get into them situations, right? All that movie stuff, all that holding a gun to the side, out the window. Your heart is pumping. Especially, I'm being honest, especially if you're not really a killer like that. Now, people don't kill a lot of people by accident, by shooting like this and all kind of stuff. That don't make you a killer. That don't make you that guy that's sitting there purposely popping somebody, killing somebody. So my adrenaline is flowing. So now, I'm going to say full disclaimer right now. As a correction officer, when you got that, it's called a personal firearm. You don't carry no firearm inside the jail. That's for situations like this where you get approached and put in a hostile situation outside the jail. That's what that personal protection firearm is for. Let me tell you something. When you take that gun out to shoot, they train you. You better shoot to kill. You better not shoot to pop him, I want to pop him in his leg because I really ain't want to kill him. Because you have to take that gun out because you're in imminent danger. Your life is at stake. And you're supposed to treat everything like that. You're supposed to shoot dead aim, center mass to kill them. That's why you got that firearm for you. They didn't want to hear. That was my brother. We got into an argument. My girl called her man, got an argument. So I realized I just hit him in the shoulder. I popped him in his arm. No. You better hit center mass. That's the heart, the chest, all that, the gut like this to put him down. And then after you put him down, you better put handcuffs on him because you really don't know if he's dead or not. And if it's that serious, when the cops come, you better have your story straight. Have the perk, that's what they call it, the perk in handcuffs with the bullet hole in him. While he getting on the stretcher. Yeah. So, bullets hit over my head. I duck, right? So now I got my gun out. So I see the car coming, busting a U-turn. And then they start shooting again. So I start shooting back. Boom, 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 like that at the car. You know what I'm saying? I know I could have swore I hit the back window and it shattered. The car drove a little bit. It made a jerk and it kept going. Right? So now it's 2 o'clock in the morning in the hood. Right? I'm sitting there still ducking, thinking they coming back. Adrenaline flowing. I'm sitting there like everything going through my mind because I know, listen, if I hit, did I hit one of them? Did they, are they coming back? Did I kill them? I'm thinking all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff going through my head, right? And then I was like, then my job, I got to report this. Then they're going to say, well, what did you do? Did you call the cops? So I sat there contemplating. I got up and I didn't walk far from where the incident happened. So it was like a couple of cars down from where I parked at. So I went back and sat in my car. So I'm sitting, waiting for the cops, the sirens, for anything to come. Wasn't nobody out there but me. So I decided nobody came. The guys didn't come back. So I just said, I'm going to take my chance. I went upstairs, did my routine, Still adrenaline flowing. Now I'm thinking, because here's the thing, right? You take your gun out as a correction officer and you shoot somebody, or you shoot it, or you let the firearm off, or you shoot up in the air, whatever. Anytime you discharge that weapon, you're supposed to report it. When you report it, a lot of people don't report it. And here's the reason why a lot of correction officers don't report it, is because they got something called Officer Review Board. Once you discharge that weapon, now you got to give that weapon in. They're going to check the ballistics on the weapon, see if it matches any crime, any bullet that they said they matched this gun that happened. You're going to go through a whole investigation. And that investigation takes sometimes up to 2 years or more, that you're going to be walking around in that street without your weapon. So a lot of times when COs do get in some stuff like that, they not reporting nothing. If you don't report it, if it ain't on the news, if the body ain't right there and the cops come right there, they not reporting it. So I didn't report it at all, because I didn't want them to take my weapon. I know people, correctional officers walking around for a long time without no gun, without no weapon, over incidents that happened that they really needed to protect themselves. And then guess what? A lot of inmates feel that these officers ain't gonna do it. Nobody really wants to shoot nobody and get into an incident altercation off the job. But guess what? If it's going to be me or you, trust me, my boy, it's going to be you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, like I said, a lot of officers be bluffing. A lot of officers think it's John Wayne out there, but they know once you take that gun out, flash it. You ain't even got to take it out. You can flash it. Somebody can put a complaint on you and describe your gun. It was silver. It was this, that, blah, blah, blah. He pointed it, blah, 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 this, that. And if don't let you have to snub nose 38. And they say you got to snub nose 38. And so a lot of times when investigations come, first thing they're doing, they're taking your weapon. And a lot of officers don't want to be weaponless out there, especially if you're in jail talking ish. Because guess what? A lot of inmates ain't bluffing. A lot of them do. I done ran into a lot of inmates that I had beef with. They ain't do nothing. It wasn't about nothing. Most of them woke up to me like, yo, my bad, CO. I was in a bad space. I was facing 5 to 10, blah, blah, blah. This and that. Buy me a drink at the bar. This inmate, I know, because I remember I smacked him for the sake of getting some pussy. You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy, Big G. Another adventure of your mans in them. Stay tuned. I got more videos.